What would be like? Because we always joke about how like I took you to Whole Foods and you were upset because you had to buy a $9 sandwich, which to me doesn't seem that ridiculous.
It wasn't so much even the fact that the sandwich was $9.
I could just feel just your tension or passion rising about it.
It's not that it was a $9 sandwich. I'm happy to pay $9 for a sandwich if it's an amazing sandwich.
If it's an amazing sandwich.
This sandwich was literally turkey meat,
You're right.
lettuce, tomato, and bread.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Ridiculous. I could have made this at home. This is ridiculous.
I don't make sandwiches at home.
You don't.
Did you not know that?
I did know that.
Hey, would you like to know? This is the only things I make at home for food.
Okay.
Drastic, wildly different than your family.
Absolutely.
If you don't have context, my family is me, my wife Diana, and our 4-year-old Luna.
Yeah.
You have 1,000 people who live.
I've got my wife Lisa, and then I have four children.
Yeah, and you started with 2.
Started with 2. I have twins.
Twins right out of the gate.
That's right.
I have a 4-year-old. Your oldest are 13, 14?
They're 15.
15. Yeah. So you're on the other end.
Yeah.
And we're about the same.
My youngest is 8.
Okay. All right. So you're making dinners at home. Like
Absolutely.
Lisa makes dinners.
All the time.
Yeah. Okay. That's amazing.
Your life is amazing to me.
I make coffee habitually. I make coffee. I eat a lot of frozen fish. Our friend Shauna, who cuts her hair, they've got like 6 or 7 kids.
Yeah, they've got a lot.
And then like extended family come over and they're making like so much food. Like just like casserole dishes of food and like this is what we're eating tonight.
Yeah.
And like that's
how most families work. You're saying like that's the outlier. Every family that I know of, there's a meal prepared and the family enjoys it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. So I'm the weird one here.
I think you're the weird one.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. You tell us in the comments if
tell us in the comments.
Send us an email if who's the weird one here.
Yeah, look us up on Instagram or TikTok. What's yours? Chris Munch Comedy?
Chris Munch Comedy.
And I'm Hey Adam Bush. All right. We've got 2 amazing experiences that we're talking about today that Chris and I had for our podcast.
Yes.
I think this is episode 2. I'm not sure. Here we go. I just got back from vacation.
Yes, you did. It's a lovely sweatshirt. That's cute.
Thank you.
That's so cute.
I was just telling you that someone at the show last night. This shirt. I went to Disney World. This shirt says Walt Disney World, and someone came up to me very kindly.
Yeah.
And another comic, and he goes, "Hey, I got that shirt too." And I said, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Yeah, I got it at Disneyland."
Yeah.
And I was like, "You got a Walt Disney World shirt at Disneyland?"
Mm-hmm.
And then he just goes, "Oh, yeah, no, yeah, I didn't say that part." And then he just kind of walked away, belittled.
Oh, you are such a jerk.
I know, I really am. I'm sorry, and I didn't mean it like that. I legitimately, I probably didn't mean it kind of snarky.
Oh, you just thought it was funny.
I did
to make the.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
and I didn't think about it being rude until I just told you that story, and then you're like,
"Yeah, I'm sure that guy really felt good leaving that conversation."
He's not like I host the open mic, and so he's not like he's like a newer comic or whatever. He's like not around all the time.
Oh my gosh, this poor guy, just trying to make a connection. Hey, I got that same shirt. You do? You do?
Are you sure about that?
Sure, because mine says Disney World.
Yep.
Idiot.
Dang it. Well, I feel terrible.
Well, no, maybe you see this guy again. You go,
I will.
Hey,
I'm
sorry about the whole Walt Disney World.
I was kind of rude. Yeah.
You have some trouble at home. I was frustrated.
Well, I wish I could say that. I wish that was an excuse, but instead it'd be like, no, I had a lovely day.
I had a wonderful day.
My marriage is great.
I'm just a jerk.
Yeah. Yeah. I went to Disney World.
Yeah.
Took the fam.
Amazing.
My wife, Diana, does not like Disney World.
She doesn't.
She does not. Took her there for our honeymoon.
Why would you take your wife?
Stand by. The next year, some friends of ours asked to go. We went with them. The next year, some other friends of ours asked to go. We went with them.
Yeah.
And then she revealed to me, I don't really like Disney World.
I see.
And I don't know if that I wasn't listening.
I'm sure that wasn't it.
No,
That
all of my
doesn't sound
problems with
like
my
you.
marriage are her, not mine, not me.
Sure, that wasn't what was going on.
Yeah, and so she just kind of was like, I'm done with the Disney World, and I was just like, I get it. Yeah. But growing up, we went to Disney World and Disneyland a lot. Anyway, but I finally had an excuse because our kid is 4. Luna is 4.
Yeah.
And she was turning 4,
Mm.
and I was like, Di, she's into it. She loves Toy Story. She loves Doc McStuffins. She's super into Vampirina. If you're like a parent of a toddler, you don't know anything.
I don't know any of what you just said.
Yeah. Well, Mickey. She loves Mickey.
Now that I've heard of.
You've heard. Yeah. So we decided that, and we did it big. Like I had this big freelance project I did, paid for the whole thing.
Nice.
We stayed on property. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
But I did get a discount because they run a discount in September, which I found out while I was there. It's hurricane season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was rainy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it didn't ruin it was
Disney knows what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
If they're giving you a discount.
Nice they're doing a discount. Just of their,
Disney doesn't care about money. They just want people to be there.
Yeah.
Not true.
The magic is me. Yeah. So we went, and it was magical. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pun intended. Yeah.
It really was magical.
It was so. I mean, a 4-year-old.
Oh yeah.
Like
Our daughters. We took our daughters when they were around that age.
That's right. And just fun side story. That was on our honeymoon.
That's right.
Yeah.
We saw you there.
Because we saw you, and we had.
Di was having a horrible time.
She wasn't having a great time, but she was.
I don't remember thinking that in the moment.
No,
but, yeah.
but one example was I thought it would be really fun on our honeymoon to do a character breakfast with Winnie the Pooh.
Of course.
Yeah, timeless characters. Little fun fact, I learned this a long time ago because I worked at the Disney store. Regularly throughout history, Winnie the Pooh is bigger, like monetarily and in popularity, than Mickey Mouse. They kind of go back and forth.
Oh, wow.
I don't think it's like that anymore, but for a time.
Okay.
I love Winnie the Pooh. So anyway, I was just like, I kind of like was like, hey, we're gonna go to breakfast at this place, and like I didn't tell her it was like character breakfast, and I was like, look who it is. And, like she was just like, what? And I was like, it's Pooh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so
Your
like,
poor wife.
yeah, I know. But I got Luna now, and I'm like, there's a character breakfast for Doc McStuffins and Goofy and Vampire, and just like, yeah. So finally, I've heard people say that like, why are you going as an adult?
Yeah.
And I'm like, shut your mouth. It's just as fun. It's not just as fun.
Right.
It's 1,000 times better with a kiddo.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
It's way better. Like, this is the way Walt intended it.
Yeah.
For families to go.
Right.
So sorry, if you are a Disney adult, it's great.
You know what else is not as fun?
What?
I went there as without my wife. There was a business trip.
Oh my God.
And I'm literally just walking around with no one to like, I mean, I could share it with some other guy friends, but it was like, yeah, that's also not with the way Walt intended it to
Just
be
that you
experienced.
that people
Just
would
me
go
by
to
myself. Just
Disney World on a business trip.
yeah,
Yeah.
not as fun.
Yeah. So it was it was amazing. It was incredible.
Awesome.
And we did everything that she wanted to do. And saw every character. We saw Mickey Mouse 3 times and Doc McStuffins 3 times. And like we took so many character pictures. And Di was she was into it because Luna was so into it.
There you go.
But my favorite moment was we went to a parade, and Luna she's just like so excited. She's like, Dad, it's Woody. Dad, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Dad, it's Buzz.
Yeah.
And then she sees Snow White, and Luna, it's her birthday. She's got a button on. It says, Happy Birthday, Luna. And Snow White comes up to Luna in the parade and says, Happy Birthday, Luna.
Oh my gosh.
And a little tear. It just like it moved me.
You had a tear.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It made Luna so happy.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is what I wanted. This is the magic. So I was just like, okay, this is
Walt.
I know.
Oh.
You did it. And I was just like, this is so silly. Why am I crying?
Oh, no, it's like you're
So we're leaving, and I go to Di, and I'm like, can I tell you something that's kind of embarrassing? She goes, yeah. I was just like, whenever Snow White said, Happy Birthday, Luna, I kind of cried a little bit. And she goes, me too.
There you go.
Broke through.
Oh my gosh.
Cold heart.
Yes. That cold, stony heart has been broken through.
So, moral of the story, if you have a spouse that doesn't love going to Disney World like you do,
right?
Get yourself a kid, take them.
That's the key.
That's the key. Get yourself pregnant, have a kid, wait 4 years.
There you go.
It's going to be awesome.
Funny story about that trip that we met up at Disney World. You were on your honeymoon. I was there with my family. When we left that, when we were leaving the Orlando airport, I had one of the most embarrassing moments of my entire life. I had the double wide twin daughters.
Twins.
Yep. And so I think they were maybe 4 or 5.
And the Orlando airport is insane.
It's crazy.
If I lived in Orlando and had to like fly out on business, I was like, this sucks.
I don't know my way around airports all that much, especially at that time.
And no one does because they only go once a year to go to Disney World.
Exactly. So there's this whole spot where it bottlenecks right before you go, I believe, through security.
Yeah.
And there was all these lanes, and there was one lane that had a much shorter line than every other lane. And I'm looking to see if there's any signs. Like, can I take a stroller through there? I'm just thinking, well, I don't see anything. I might as well go. I'll just try it. We go into this lane. There's people, just like a sea of people all smashed together. And this worker comes up to me and is just like, you can't put that. You got to take it over there. And he points to the exact opposite side of where we are. Like, if we're in lane 8, he's pointing at lane 1 saying like, you got to go get in that lane. And I'm like surrounded by all these people, and I'm just like, and something just triggered in me, and it made me really mad. And I was like, I'm sorry, was there a sign that said that I'm not, that I can't do this or whatever? And he just like wouldn't like engage in a conversation. He's just like pointing to go over to the right. And I go, oh, I was like, what do you want me to do? You want me to pick the stroller up above my head and carry it through all these people? Made a total scene. I mean, like literally. Goodness. And then he just goes, he was so gracious. He just goes like, hey, he just like said hey to all the people and like put his hand up, and everybody just like parted like the Red Sea.
Good night.
And we just like slowly walked, like just very easily walked over to the other lane. And I was so mortified and so embarrassed, and rightfully so. Like, that was ridiculous. I think I was super tired from the trip or whatever, but whatever excuse I want to throw in there. Just, it was terrible. And I was so embarrassed. I was absolutely just, I wanted to crawl. She was just like shocked. Like, that's so out of character for me.
Yeah.
And so like we got up to our gate, and she was just like, what was that? I'm just like, I don't know. I just got so angry. But yeah, I'm just making a huge scene in an airport. That was probably, I guess the kids were 4, so that was like 11 years ago.
While I was gone,
yes,
you were living your own vacation.
Oh my gosh.
Your own dream experience.
Yeah, I had a fun thing happen where Michael Bublé had reached out to, or had commented on a couple of my videos. And
so just for clarity.
Oh yeah.
I'm a stand-up.
Yeah,
you're an actor.
I'm an actor.
And your big thing right now is that you play a character named Steven Stevens.
Yeah.
On TikTok.
On TikTok, yeah. It's gotten a lot of traction on TikTok.
What a weird job.
It's very strange.
You can order a cameo from Steven Stevens.
Yeah. You can order a personalized message from Steven Stevens if you want Steven to wish a family member or friend, happy birthday or
happy anniversary. They just go to the Cameo app and type in Steven Stevens?
Chris Munch Comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I put out a video just as this character, and Michael Bublé, he commented on it.
The singer.
Yeah. The Canadian crooner.
Oh, he's Canadian.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I believe I don't know. I think he lives in Vancouver.
Still haven't met you yet.
Exactly. And so he sent me a comment. I responded to that comment. He was saying he would leave his wife to be with me or whatever.
Amazing.
And I responded to that comment, saying, hate to burst your Bublé, but I don't swing that way. Anyways, had fun with that, and it was really cool. And then he responded to the next video I sent, or the reply or whatever. And so anyways, I just happened to find out, I was just like, holy crap, he's going to be in Tulsa like in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
So it's like
at the BOK
Center. And so I just thought, man, that would be fun to just like go to the concert in character as Steven. And I wonder if he would recognize me, or I wonder what would happen.
Yeah.
And so it was a bit of a risk because it was very expensive. Bought some floor seats.
Oh yeah.
And
we know how you feel about the $9 sandwich.
You know how I feel about we've already talked about the $9 sandwich, how much trouble I had with that. But I was like, hey, we'll just have fun with it. And whether he acknowledges me or not, I think it still could be funny to just be like, what does it look like if Steven Stevens walks around, a concert, goes to a concert. We were kind of playing around with this idea of like Steven Stevens in real life. Like, what would that look like? And so anyways, went to the show, got a lot of crazy looks. People, because I had this ridiculous outfit on. I had these super tight white jeans.
You haven't seen him. He wears this like shiny red shirt.
Sometimes, yeah. He's got all kinds of different stuff.
Okay.
But he's this
gold chain.
Always some gold feature. He's, always wanting a date, essentially. He's lonely. And he's, thinks he's really smooth, but unfortunately he's not smooth at all. And so walking around, saying hi to people or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of people recognize you.
A few people, yeah, absolutely. And that was fun.
Yeah.
And so anyways, we got down to the floor seats and, the show starts and.
Did he have an opener?
No.
Oh, just him?
Just straight to him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. And I think I was on the 7th row and then I was like 3 seats in from the thrust stage. So it was like this big walkway that kind of went like right by us. And I think it was the second song or maybe the third song. I can't remember.
Was that quickly?
No, well, so there's 2 moments. The first moment, like I believe it was after the third song, he just starts pointing at me. And I was it was like he finished the song and then he just like started pointing at me, and I should watch the video back. I'm trying to remember exactly how it worked, but basically I think I just like was like, woo or whatever. And he pointed at me and then he just goes like, I love you. And like pointing out, I was like, it just looked at me for a really long time. And then I was almost got to the point where I was a little uncomfortable. I was like, what do I do with this?
Really?
So I went, just like put my hand over my heart and then I think he pointed, I think we pointed at each other again or something.
A lot of pointing.
A lot of pointing.
From the old Bublé.
The old Bublé.
Yeah.
Likes to point.
So then you probably think, that's it.
Yeah, totally. I'm just
that's
like,
awesome.
This is awesome. He totally like saw me and like acknowledged me.
Our friend John was filming you.
That's right. So he helps me shoot a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
And so, he was with me. And so, I was just like, this is so cool that he like from what I saw, it seemed like he like recognized me and was just like, hey, I love you. You're awesome. That's either awesome. That or he just saw my ridiculous outfit and was just kind of saying, you're cool, like for showing up.
That doesn't,
who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe he'll confirm what was actually going on at some point. But anyways, then we get later on the show, but like you said, I'm just like, that was great. It was worth it. He acknowledged me. He's coming down into the thrust area and then he steps down like off the thrust next to this railing.
Yeah.
That was near us. And I'm standing there and I've got 2 people in front of me. And then there's like this huge gap where there's nobody standing at the railing. The people that were next to me were just sitting in there or standing like right in front of their seats. And my buddy John was like, you probably should go get in that spot. Like go get up to that rail. Hey, think about getting on the rail. He said it like 3 or 4 times. And I'm not very assertive. And so I'm kind of like, I don't want to like get in front of anybody or whatever. And so anyways, finally he starts to get closer. And I'm like, okay, the people in front of me don't really care. They're not like moving closer or anything. Yeah. And so I just was kind of like, hey, can I kind of just, scooch by you? And they're like, yeah, whatever. And John just like started to push my back, like just get up there.
Oh yeah.
And so anyways, I went up there and, I've got video of the whole thing, but he's in the middle of a song and then he just like turns to me and like kind of like looks at me like whatever. And then like grabs my hand and then like pulls me in and then says, let's sing a song. And so then we're We go like face to face. We're like 6 inches away from each other's faces.
He's like got his arm around you.
Yeah, he like put his arm around my like my shoulder or whatever, like my neck, and like just pulls me really close. Yeah,
the video is really tight.
Yeah, very tight. And like in my brain, you're just like, it's so hard to like understand what's happening because it's so loud.
Oh yeah,
I can't really hear anything he's saying. He's got in-ear monitors in, so it's just like this very surreal moment of like, and a kind of an out of body experience where you're just like, am I really like, is this really Michael Bublé like 6 inches from my face right now?
That's crazy.
And I'm supposed to be like, I didn't know this, but like when I was there, I couldn't hear him say, hey, let's sing a song. But I saw someone else's footage from the show and you can hear him. He goes, let's sing. He says like, sing with me or something. I didn't hear him say that in the moment, but clearly he's like, hey, let's sing or whatever. So I don't know. I knew the very first part of the chorus, which was, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Like, I'm just like going for it. And then like, clearly I don't know what to say after that. And he's like trying to help me. And like, he's like, I think at one point he's just like, watch me. And he's like singing the words. I'm like, I have no idea. And so we're just like bouncing like to the beat. Just like, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to say. And then I think at one point too, he's just like, you're off. Like, I think he was like
on the song.
Yeah. I think he was like, I don't know. He was just kind of teasing me or something, but anyway, finished with, he's like, it's a beautiful day. And then it's like,
oh, did he?
Yeah. And then he like puts his arm around me and then John had come around and like stuck the phone in front of us and you
could totally see it.
He totally picked up on it and just like, he put his arm around me and like, made a shot for the camera and was like, it's a beautiful day. I got this like,
and you're both able to sing that part.
Do what?
And you're both able to sing
that
part.
Like I was a little late, but I could tell what was going on or whatever. And then he jumped off the railing and ran away and ran out of my life. So,
so Michael Bublé, if you would like to be the first guest on our podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll do whatever you want.
We got an open seat here for you.
We got it's right there. You want it to be with Steven Stevens?
Just confirm or deny that whether or not you actually knew who I was.
That's all we need.
That's all I'm asking for.
I think it's funny you said that people, when they recognized you, they didn't specifically want you to act like Steven Stevens to them. Yeah,
well, I guess it was. When I would meet people, they didn't really seem to want to play along with the character. Like, so I was in character. Like, so if someone said hi, I'd be like, "What's up, ladies? How's it going? You guys here to see Michael Bublé? Cool."
What a ridiculous question.
Yeah, that was the joke. Yeah, me too.
Flying somewhere?
You flying somewhere? I asked some ladies. I said, "So, I'm sorry, I'm a bit lost. Can you tell me how to get to the seat next to you?"
What was their response?
So that one, these ladies, I was very uncomfortable. Yeah. Like just walking up to people and just like doing something like that. So these people, they were actually already seated at this little bar area.
Yep.
And so I was like, "Hey, I'm doing this video. Can I just be silly and like ask you a couple questions?" Or okay. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And all that. But, so actually her response surprised me. She's like, "You're already sitting in it." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's true." I was thinking seat in the show, but she's like, "You're already sitting in it." So I don't know if that'll make the video or not, but I'm right now piecing together kind of.
She was not loving it.
Oh no, she was having fun with it, but yeah, she was just kind of playing along. But
yeah,
but to your question, yeah, most people just wanted to talk to like,
which we were talking about,
which is understandable. Like I don't want to like.
Yeah, if I met Chris Hemsworth, I'm not like, "Be Thor."
Yeah,
like,
totally.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And that's where I would say I'm at that level is Chris Hemsworth.
Thor, Steven Stevens.
I think that's how people view me and how they want to interact with me.
I get it. Yeah. Well, but like our friend Gary was saying, you don't want the actor to act like that when you're talking, but maybe when you're taking the picture.
Yeah, sure.
Like you might want, like, it might be nice if Chris Hemsworth or yourself being the same
level.
Chris was like doing a muscle or kind of a Thor sort of thing. Yeah. So
it was fun. It was a fun experience. And honestly, it's super cool that he even responded to my videos awesome. and then even to whether he recognized me or not. I don't know. I just hate to like say for sure. Everybody online, I posted a video of just like that moment And everybody's just like, oh my gosh, the moment where he recognizes you. I was like, well, he was singing a song. So it's like I think the moment people think he's like really recognizing me was actually like him like going into the chorus of the song.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm so pessimistic. What is wrong with you?
I just feel uncomfortable like assuming that that's when I don't know for sure, I guess.
I mean, there's a lot of check marks though. Like he pointed to you. He said, I love you.
Yeah.
He commented on your videos and you guys did a little duet.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. And
No, that's what I'm saying. But like, it's so crazy to me that you're like, I don't know if he recognized. I'm just like, I think the signs are pretty clear. Of course, maybe I'm just too optimistic.
Maybe.
Like, I think everybody's my best friend.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Or Di says, Adam assumes that everyone likes him. I'm like, yeah, I do.
Yeah. I feel like I assume everyone doesn't like me, and then I have to kind of like,
yeah.
I'm getting better at that. I used to be way more.
You know what you are? You're like, I'm the teacher in high school who's like, everybody's got an A. You just got to keep it.
Yeah.
But you're the coach that has to do history as well. It's just like, you're at a 0.
Yeah.
Change my mind.
Yeah. Right. That's how
that's how you are in life.
I think that is true. I think I've grown out of that a little bit, but it still is there. It still shows up of just feeling like, why would you just want to be friends with me?
That's
just for like you don't even like, I do kind of feel like I'm always starting at 0 with people in some ways.
Why is your life so sad?
Oh, I mean, I don't think of it as being like super sad or anything. I guess I just feel
I'm just making a joke.
Yeah.
That is sad. No, I'm not making a joke. Thought I was making a joke, then I realized it wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, I think there is like, not to take the podcast like so dark all the time.
Oh yeah.
But just like, I mean, insecurities and things like that, I think are all stuff that we all have and we have to work through. And I think for me, that's even like where I'm at right now. I feel like I still run into kind of insecurities that might be irrational. I'm just like, why would I think that? Why would I assume the worst instead of assuming the best?
Why would you assume the worst?
I don't know. I think it's the whole kind of mindset of like, well, I have to kind of like earn someone's like respect, or earn their approval instead of just assuming that we're already starting off at like, oh, Chris is great, you know?
Yeah. I don't know how to be your friend. I don't relate with this at all.
Yeah, well, this is where friends are so having community.
Yeah, maybe people,
because I'm so thankful for that, because you are the type of person that I think pulls me out of that a lot, of just going like, why would you always assume that they don't want to be your friend? Like I've said this for years, of just like a group of like 30 or 40 people, like a party or something that has like 30 or 40 people is like my worst nightmare. I hate that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I have to like break into other people's conversations.
You just came to my daughter's birthday. Did you hate it?
I didn't hate. There was parts of it that I hated.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I had such a great time.
Majority of people were there that I knew, so I was comfortable. Yeah. But it's just like that breaking through with people that you don't know very well.
Okay.
I just feel like I don't want to assume, oh, these people want to talk to me. I'm just going to come over and have a conversation with them.
I assume that all the time.
Yeah.
Somebody told me recently that, and I didn't realize this about myself, but like if I walk into a room, I'm in charge.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Unless someone is in the room that like maybe I have like, I don't know, like is older.
Yeah.
And maybe I have a lot of respect for a lot of people, but like maybe I would just be like, well, they're that person. Like, I mean, this is ridiculous, but like if I walked in, I wouldn't be like if the president was in the room, I wouldn't be like, I'll be in charge. Like, or like, you know, like
watch this,
like a really high businessman or something.
No, like sure, yeah.
But I do kind of feel like my responsibility is to come in and be like, all right, I'll get this party going.
Yeah,
but not you.
I don't feel that responsibility.
Nope.
I wish I was more that way. Honestly, I feel like, I think that's part of too, like personality wise. Like people assume I'm just super funny, like just because of the stuff I do. And like there's comments on social media or whatever. It's like, oh, I bet you'd be so fun to be around. And it's like, maybe a little bit.
But I do think you're fun to be around.
I think I'm fun to be around for the most part.
Yeah.
But I'm not just like, I feel like my comedy is not like personality driven, like in the sense of like some people just have really fun personalities and like on TikTok or something, like their channel is just them.
Yeah.
It's just them
like,
talking
like
about
person.
Whatever. And you're just like, this person is so fun to listen to, or they have funny opinions and all this stuff. I'm just like, that's not me. You're going to be very disappointed if you try to put me in that kind of role.
Which is why the characters work so well.
Well, that's, I think, for me, it's all about like, I think the things through. I don't improvise them. Like, I improvise them as I write them, but like, I'm not what you see is what I want you to see, in the sense of like, it's thought through.
Oh my gosh. It sounds awful.
Oh, that's funny. That's just
the way I know you're like that. I'm just like, and it's, to my discredit, my favorite thing is writing a new joke. My least favorite thing is really like tightening it. I'm doing that right now, and it's the least fun part to me. I like starting things. You like ending things. I mean,
that's true. Yeah, I do like refining things. Yeah, and I hope that's maybe one of the reasons that has set me apart a little bit on TikTok, is just there is so much of like people just kind of improvising stuff, or just kind of doing stuff that's like that's not this sounds like a derogatory way to say it, but maybe just more loose. That's a little bit more where I'm just more drawn towards like, I want it to be tighter, and I still think I have room to grow on that for sure, just because I think sometimes my videos drag, but I'm looking to just create moments, and so I'm usually working really hard to like, what are the like 2 or 3 moments in this video, and then making sure those are really clear, and then I just love layers of stuff of like, I love when people notice like the little tiny details in the background or something really small that I did that they'll recognize. I'm like, oh, that's awesome, because that's intentional.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I remember people commented on the chain a lot.
The chain.
And I'd never really noticed it until I saw people commenting.
Sure. Yeah. I like the details when it comes to those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Not in my regular life. I'm horrible with details in my regular life.
Is it true?
Yeah. I can't remember details. Lisa's, my wife, is like the details person.
We got that whole joke about
broad
how you take notes.
Oh yeah, like I'm a horrible note taker.
Yeah, well, what was that note you found one time that you had taken?
I had written down a note that just said "remember." Literally found a sheet of paper later on that said "remember." I start to write out the note, and then if I'm listening, then I move on to the next thing, and I forget to write down all the details.
Well, you're also the worst at responding to text.
I'm really bad at that too.
Yeah, because you get all like hung up on you'll start to text, and then somebody will say something to you, and then yep. Well, next episode we're just going to talk about all the things we want to critique about Chris.
That's right. We're going to just really get in deep.
Anything else you want to say?
Michael Bublé, if you're watching, just if you can confirm or deny. If you actually recognize
Chris. Yeah. Hey, thanks for listening. If you want to connect with us online, you can do that on TikTok. I'm at Hey Adam Bush, and Chris is Chris Much Comedy. Mm-hmm. Same thing on Instagram. Send us a note. This podcast is just to give you an opportunity for all of us to hang out.
Yeah.
And talk about things that are happening.
Is there a place to email us, or just send a message, or
we don't have an email yet.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
We should get one.
We should get an email.
Technically, I'm sure this is solved by this point. Technically, we don't currently know the name of the podcast.
Well, you're not supposed to tell them that.
Is that true?
Now we look like we don't know what we're doing. Well, which is true.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we have a podcast. So,
I mean, there is a certain validation that comes with saying you have a podcast.
That's kind of true. You either get some validation.
Not anymore. Yeah, everybody has a podcast.
Ever since COVID happened, it's just like, okay.
I'm starting a podcast.
Do we need that?
Everyone's surprised.
We question it too. Do you need this podcast? But it's fun for us.
Hey, we hope you get something out of it.
Yeah, we hope that. Like, my favorite thing is like people that I follow. I get to listen to their podcast because I get to know them better. And you didn't used to be able to do that. Do you remember like back in the day, like if you were like, I remember when I was a kid, there was this event that I got invited to where Arnold Schwarzenegger was going to come to it.
Oh my gosh.
It was like, because I'm a
dude, I would be freaking out.
Oh yeah. You obviously know this, but if you don't, I'm a cancer survivor. And so St. Jude, the hospital I went to, had a big event. It was amazing too. Have I never told you?
I don't think I've heard this.
It was amazing. It was in Shreveport, Louisiana, which is where I grew up, and it was Exercise with Arnold, and it was in the Independence Bowl Stadium. You know where they do the Independence Bowl, which is a really crappy stadium.
Yeah,
it's
is it Shreveport? Is that what you said?
Yeah. And so, and the whole thing was like Exercise with Arnold, like for physical fitness or whatever, and like. Two things about it. Number one, Arnold showed up for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was a very long event. So not a lot of exercising with Arnold. That's the first thing.
He only did a 10-minute workout.
So right.
That's pretty lame.
Come on, man.
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't even break a sweat.
But secondly, my parents did not let me go. They gave the tickets away to our friend. And now I realize why. They didn't want to go to it. That was it. Like, they were just like, we're not going to be able to do this. And I was really sad. And they gave the tickets to my friend, J.R. Kutcha, the kid that I hung out with.
Stinking J.R.
And that's how I know about that whole thing. But, yes. But the moral of that story is, remember how, like, that would have been the only, like, now you get a picture into a lot of celebrities live.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Or just people.
Yeah.
But back then, it was just like, I'm going to get to see the Terminator?
Dude,
like,
I would have been freaking out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Especially you being in like Louisiana.
Oh,
like nothing's coming through there.
Nothing was happening in Louisiana.
Yeah. I grew up in North Dakota, and so I remember like any like celebrity that was remotely connected to North Dakota, like everybody in North Dakota knew about.
Well, that's why it was such a big deal that the Duck Dynasty guys were from. They were homegrown celebrities, and so they got invited to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
In Louisiana.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So connect with us online. At Hey Adam Bush on TikTok and Instagram, and at Chris Much Comedy on TikTok and Instagram. And we hope you like the podcast.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great day. Love you.